Last week, I asked for your help. I wanted to find out how different learners of English would pronounce the same sentence, whether they spoke Spanish or Arabic or Russian or any other language. So to those of you who have responded, thank you so much. We're going to take a look at how you said this sentence. I left the city I love. This is especially going to focus on concepts like stress, vowel sounds, linking, things like that. So if these are new concepts, definitely check out some of our other videos on them. All right, let's listen to our first one.
I left the city I loved.
A couple things I'd like to point out. Firstly, the word loved. Loved. Compare that to the original.
Loved. Loved.
Notice the difference. For mine, it's more of a schwa sound, like where my mouth is very relaxed. The mid-back of my tongue is high, and nothing is stressed. Not my lips, not my tongue, not my mouth, not my throat. Compare that to like loved. So you hear the difference between those? One thing I do like here is the stress. Notice the stress on left and loved. Those are the exact places where I would put them myself.
I left the city I loved.
So you may have noticed that again, loved, loved. Notice that schwa sound. What I'm hearing is a little bit more of an sound though in their speech, like la versus l. Also pay attention to the ending. Loved, loved. Compare that to the original.
Loved, loved.
What's missing?
Well, notice that the ed is kind of missing here. You want to make sure that vd is a lot stronger. To do that, make sure that your throat is vibrating. But in a lot of ways, I'm not even hearing the ed at all. So make sure that that is a little stronger. One thing I think sounds really natural here is the linking between left and the. It's like left the. So because left is ending on this T sound and the is starting with a similar sound, the TH, you can link those together. So instead of saying left the, it's a little hard to say, right? You can just join those together. Left the, left the.
I left the city I love.
Be careful. The A and the S sound are very confusing. So if this is a sound that's tricky for you, definitely check out this video. One thing I really liked here though is the schwa sound on loved. We finally got it. Yeah, so again, loved, not loved. I really like how this was said.
I left the city I loved.
Now my big comment here is that for loved, it's sounding slightly like loved to me. A little bit too open, a little bit too Try it again, just close your mouth a little bit more, get it a little bit lower in the throat, more like loved, a little bit more relaxed. The word that I especially think sounds great here is the word city. I thought that that short I and that long I combination with that fast D sound sounded great.
I left the city I loved.
Placement, a key concept to sounding natural. I think that the placement here on the word left is way
too high.
If you get the placement too high, it's going to sound like le,
left,
le,
left.
But you want more le, le. Can you hear the difference there? So again, lower in the throat, more relaxed and open, more air coming through. Another key part for this S sound too is you want to make sure that you're raising the back of your tongue high enough. So it's not la, it's more le, left. The part of this sentence that I think sounded the most natural was the word loved.
I left the city I loved.
Another thing you want to watch out for is the pronunciation of city, which we've talked about already. So again, short I, long I, e, and then that T, it's going to make a fast D sound. So it's going to sound like D, pronounced very quickly. So together, city, city. On a positive note, left, I thought that sounded great.
I left the city I loved.
I think the placement is still a little bit high on a lot of these vowel sounds. So again, it's not la, it's more la. It's not le, it's more le. It's not si, it's more si. You know, paying attention to all of these things for placement. Now, in terms of something I think is really working well here, I really like the reduction on the word I. I left the city I loved. Notice that those I's are not particularly strong. You know, it's not I left the city I loved. It's I left the city I loved. We do exercises like this every day in our pronunciation group. More information in this video.